political analyst and a contributor to the Israeli newspaper Haartez. He joins me now from Tel Aviv. Good to have you on the show, sir. Okay, so there's finally a deal, and Israel is going to have an emergency coalition government. I'm wondering how you view the result and how we got here.
Actually, it's not over yet, my friend. Netanyahu can do whatever he likes. It seems that he can call for early elections again and again, and he can convince Gantz to join him and form, as you said, emergency government. But there is one thing that he can't do. He will have to stand in court on the 24th in May and say guilty or not guilty. And as far as most political and legal analysts, it will be very hard for him to convince the High Court that someone who is indicted, a member of Knesset, a politician who is indicted in bribery and other very severe, and I think that it is very clear that the majority of the Israelis believe that Netanyahu should stand trial, that this Knesset will not be able to survive this corruption issues that are ahead of him.
Okay, you make some very interesting points, and I want to pick up on it. As we all know, Netanyahu is awaiting trial on charges of bribery, breach of trust, and fraud. And you mentioned all that. I believe the trial has already been delayed by 2 months. I'm wondering how you see things changing when and if Benny Gantz takes over, or is this some sort of immunity deal, part of this agreement between Netanyahu and Gantz?
Well, Netanyahu's biggest success is that he has convinced Gantz to agree that if the Supreme Court, the High Court, will accept the appeal and say that Netanyahu is not able to run a government while he has to spend half a day in court and then commute to cabinet's meeting, in this case, Gantz will not be appointed prime minister. If it's not Netanyahu, it cannot be, according to the coalition agreement, someone else from the Likud or from blue and white or black and white. We are going for elections. So it's either Netanyahu or force elections in less than 2 years. So Netanyahu has immuned himself. We are still looking for some miracle immunity against the corona, but Netanyahu has managed to use the corona in order to immune himself from High Court. So Israel, I think, is the first country in the West that appointed a prime minister that has to stand trial, as we mentioned, in very, very severe cases.
Okay, you actually make an interesting point there, but I want to take a look at sort of the other side of the coin. Benny Gantz repeatedly vowed never to sit in a government with Benjamin Netanyahu due to these corruption charges and cases. I mean, I'm wondering if this is going to sort of come back and bite him because it's being seen as abandoning his campaign promises. Is he, in effect, shooting himself in the foot?
Yeah, I think that like other leaders of parties that came from nowhere, like we had Kadima, Tzipi Livni, where are they now? I think that it's a one-time government and one-time party, the blue and white. Just keep in mind that the majority of the Israeli voters did not want this government. There were 62 members of Knesset that were elected on a ticket of not Bibi. It includes Gantz, it includes the Joint Arab Party, Yesh Atid of Lapid, the people that you see here now clapping their hands, were running on this ticket. So they lost. I believe that Gantz lost. I don't know anyone, and there are many people around me, my neighbors, my friends, who trusted him. And today is the Holocaust Memorial Day, and for them, this is another reason what happened last night was disagreement to grieve.
Okay. Akiva Eldar, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very much for coming on. I do appreciate your analysis live for us from Tel Aviv.